Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Ian Kelly, and please rise for the playing of our national anthem. Welcome everybody to the historic UVA Amphitheatre. It's a major pleasure to have you here today. This is the University of Virginia Concert Band, and we put on a spring concert every year. This particular concert is interesting because we chose the theme of folk music. It kind of ties in with America's 250th birthday, but it also is a little bit older than that. Folk music was meant to be passed down without written music, right? So a lot of theories exist that our brain is kind of maximized to do language and song, not written, right? The fact that we write things down is actually quite new in our human history. So all of the songs you're going to hear today, with the exception of the one you just heard, is a folk song, represented by the flags that you see in the back. And we'll kind of start with some pre-American things. The national anthem was actually a folk song. The words were just transcribed or kind of superimposed over top of them by Francis Scott Key. So that's kind of interesting. So, I'm kind of looking at everybody here too. This cell phone thing that we have, right? You don't need it, I promise. All right, so we've got Daniel Fisher is recording everything, all right, professionally with multiple camera angles. I promise they're very, very good, right? In fact, can you get back on the podium, Mr. Idzior? All right, concert bands don't really move. We're not marching, so put your hands up. Everybody put your instruments up. If you want to take that one cell phone picture, everybody's instruments are up. You want to take that one cell phone picture, there you go. All right. It's going to be the same all night. We're not moving. We got some guest artists, and that's great. So you don't need your phone anymore. Charles up here, he's taking photos. When we post this on the internet in about a week, you'll have full professional photography in the description box, so you can have all the pictures here. So let's take a journey together. Let's put the phones down, and let's go back in time. All right? Now, folk music is often about legendary heroes. And we've got soloists that you're going to get introduced to throughout the night, but we have a narrator tonight. And to me, he's a legendary hero. Back in 2004, or it would be 3 really, right? In 2003, Bill Peace, the first band director here of the Cavalier Marching Band, held a meeting, right? Let's have a marching band. And 4 people showed up. Chase was one of the 4. All 4 of those people are wildly successful now. And very great people. And we fielded about 190 people that first year. So we went from 0 to 60 in 1 year, which was fantastic, thanks to people like Chase. So this is Chase Collins. Let's give him a round of applause. And he is going to take us through the story of the American tradition. Chase, take it away.
Thank you very much, Mr. Cook. I appreciate the opportunity to come back, as always. As a wise American once said, I'll hang around as long as you'll let me. So while I may be a legend to Mr. Cook and Mr. Idzior, I'm just a man. A strong man, a dashing man, also one that's very hot. And I have to say, thank you very much for the all-black dress code, Mr. Cook. It's 91 degrees out here, and I'm sweating bullets, but thank you very much. I'll remember that at some point in the future. I am just so beyond thankful to be a part of this evening's proceedings. as we celebrate dear old UVA and as we celebrate America's 250th birthday. Because we don't really have a program, we're programless, so to say, throughout this evening and throughout this concert, we will introduce our outstanding student musicians and our fantastic guest artists to you. First things first, let's start with some of the gentlemen and ladies in the front row, our flutes and piccolos. Suliana Barrera, Andy Gupta, Annika Tripathi, Michael Ierna Petri, Lauren Wynn, Sarah Lewis, Holly Piper, Isabel Wu, Leah Morrissey, Karen Guzman, Ruby Gundrum, Heather Hong, Campbell Gigo, Elizabeth Joe, and Olivia Caesar. And we are exceptionally honored this evening to be joined by vocalist Ian Kelly, a member of the United States Army Chorus, for our next selection. As a proud member of the United States Army Chorus, he has performed for presidents, dignitaries, and citizens alike, bringing patriotic pride to audiences across the nation. And tonight, he sings for us here at the University of Virginia. Please give a wahoo welcome to Ian Kelly. The date, April 17th, 1776. The place, Colonial Williamsburg. Throughout the capital, a rhythmic pounding of marching boots and the shrill, piercing whistle of red coat fifes echo off the cobblestone streets. But inside the taverns, the air is a fog of blue pipe smoke, reeking of Kill Devil rum and Madeira wine. Scores of restless patriot citizens quietly scorn King George in the corners, while the Tories pound their pewter mugs on oaken tables. When the thunder of human voices crescendos to a roar, up stands the Royal Attorney General John Randolph. You see, his cousin Thomas Jefferson is about 100 miles away at Monticello, so he commands the room. The obstreperous drunk man leads the loyalists in the crown's most defiant anthem, the British Grenadiers.
And pouches and leather locket clothes. They pay their commanders with happily all their years, with a toll roll to the British Grenadiers. Some talk of Alexander and some of Hercules, of Hector and Lysander and such great men as these. But all the world's great heroes, and none can compare with a toll roll to the British Grenadiers. Those pharaohs of antiquity never saw a cannonball, or knew the force of powder to slay their foes withal. But our brave boys do know it and banish all their fears with a toll roll to the British Grenadiers.
Just in case anyone was wondering, it didn't quite work out so well for old Mr. Randolph, now did it? His tenure was fortunately cut short when, on May 15, 1776, the 5th Virginia Constitution unanimously voted the colonial government completely and totally dissolved, and he moved his happy little limey rear end back across the pond. Before we hear the response of our fellow patriots, Patrick Henry, and George Washington, and James Monroe, and our great Thomas Jefferson, let's meet a few more of our upper voices. We'll start off with the trumpets. Aaron Lee. Great response from Mr. Lee there. Alan Hale. Ali Cerny. Andrew Kim. Brandon Lee. Caroline Moran. Ella Folkman. Evan Baker. Griffin Hurt. Jackson Berry. Jackson Perry. Karina Fink. Kate Bachman. Marie Heilman. Michael Munoz. Rayhan Wakwania. Rudy Preston. Sean Dermody. Sean Pulaski. Tucker Trissel. Tyler Glenn. Bobek Ramakrishna. And Zach Smith. And next we'll introduce our clarinets. Anya Wong. Autumn Wong. Ava Focus. Bailey Sword. And before I announce our next one, I kind of have to take a little detour here. Part of what I do is announcing football games on Friday night for the Tazewell Bulldog Radio Network. And it turns out when I was reading through this script, I mean, it might not appear that I read through the script before this, but I did. I came to a particular name and I'm like, wait a minute, that looks really familiar for some reason. And so I say self, you know, that's what I call myself when I talk to myself in the third person. I say self. Why does this name look so familiar? And because I'm a little bit crazy, I answer myself. I say self. That's because he is a proud graduate of Tazewell High School. This gentleman's named Clayton Hill. Connor Davis. Elian Zepeda. Emily Johnson. Emma Hipp. Erica Schuck. Grace Merkel. Henry Allen. Isla DeBrand. Jocelyn Holly. Josue Garcia Aragon. Karen Dolakia. Harris Wong. Kira Murphy. Lena Malia. Matthew Wong. Parker Wall. Patrick Lynn. And Kuran Gupta. Up next, our oboes, Ani Boos and Kevin Yu. And we can't forget our keyboardist, Kana Honda. Thankfully, Thomas Jefferson would travel from Monticello in the spring of 1776 and draft one of the most heralded documents in all of world history, the Declaration of Independence. You see, the war for American independence was already raging, begun 1 year ago this Sunday, and it would endure for 7 more grueling, taxing years. At the very heart of that fight was a decades-old folk song, originally written by those old British regulars to mock us American colonists as unrefined backwoods, simpletons, and hillbillies. But those patriots turned the table. They used a simple melody the way Henry Knox used gunpowder and lead shot for his cannon. That tune was Yankee Doodle. At ease, ladies and gentlemen. Fortunately for America and the rest of the world, the relations between Great Britain and America did eventually mend, notwithstanding that little skirmish in 1812 that I can't remember anything about until Andrew Jackson drove them out of New Orleans. That's about the only thing that's worth recalling in that war, but nevertheless, let's move on. The euphonium feature in Yankee Doodle inspires me to introduce our low voices. We'll start with our trombones. Alma Adams, Ethan Jameson, Emery Huffman, Isabella Gattuso, Jason Zermani, Johnny Osorio. A lot of Johnny fans in the audience tonight. Julia Finkbeiner, Matthew Lucio, Max Gass, Mitchell Schwartz, Zia Yanda. And now our euphoniums, Allison Lempe, Fernando Zamora Mata, Jamie Jones, Jillian Goff, Lauren Rosales, Marissa Charles, and Nolan Hill. And now for the section most near and dear to my heart, the tubas. Josh Bang and Macy Petrushak. As the world stepped into the second decade of the 20th century, it was consumed by an unprecedented global catastrophe, World War I. A generation of spirited youth was lost, leaving no community untouched. The war ended on the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month in 1918. Soldiers returned home, all of them shell-shocked and many disfigured by injury. In total, an estimated 40 million soldiers and civilians were either dead or injured. One haunting folk song emerged to mend the heart of a broken world, and that would be the Irish tune.
Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling from glen to glen and down the mountainside. The summer's gone and all the roses dying. 'Tis you must go and I must pine. But come ye back when summer's in the meadow, or when the valley's hushed and white with snow. 'Tis I'll be here in sunshine or in shadow. Oh, Danny boy, I love you so.
let's meet our middle voices. On bass clarinet, Alina Pfeffer. Anissa Bell. Katie Foley. Lucy Miller. Matt Scheich. Moran Zebro. And Sophie Perdue. On bassoon, Brooke Livergood. On alto saxophone, Clara Slick. Joseph Children. Joshua Shia. Lakin Barnett. Sid Wen. And Thomas Ayu Winder. On tenor saxophone, Chiamaka Ahagutu. And Zach Stanley. On baritone saxophone, Evan Dempsey. And Ryan Cornier. On French horn, Anthony Wynn. Benjamin Merkel. Daniel Fisher. Joe Moran. Maggie Thomas. And Farah Kokofka. Percy Granger wrote Danny Boy, better known in the band world as Irish Tune from County Derry. And some folk traditions were not meant to be sung, as Mr. Cook alluded to earlier. They were dances. Let's head back to the Emerald Isle and hear Percy Granger's Shepherd's Hay. Bringing it back home to the Blue Ridge to honor modern folk music of the mountains. Born in the 1940s, bluegrass took frontier roots and added a blistering improvised edge that sounds fresh even in 2026. Get ready for pure Appalachian and American tradition with some smoking fast solos and virtuosic singing. Please welcome our special guest to the stage, our vocalist, Ian Kelly. local Charlottesville fiddler, Anna Hennessey. And a graduate of Mr. Jefferson's University himself, banjo player, Godfrey Grier. Without further ado, here is Flat and Scruggs' Blue Ridge Cabin Home. Fiddler Anna Hennessey, and banjo player Godfrey Grier. I can't quite tell if there's wisps in the sky or if it's smoke from the strings. Yes, what?
Can you play dueling banjos?
Now come on, these kids have practiced, I say kids, they're young men and women. They have practiced since January. You know, these folks just came here. There's no way that they can make this stuff up on the fly. Can you? Well, go ahead and give it a shot then. Imagine what they could have done had they actually had a little practice. How about another round of applause for our fiddler, Hennessey, and our banjo player, Godfrey Grier. Ian, we're not done with you yet, my friend. Let's bring you back for one more. In 1972, the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band brought together towering giants of country and folk, including the legendary Johnny Cash, to cover a timeless 1907 hymn. We have the full force out here tonight, plus the incredible dual threat Marie Heilman joining us on piano. Here is Circle Unbroken.
Behind her, tried to hold up and be brave, but I could not hide my sorrow when they laid her in the grave. Will the circle be unbroken? High and high, Lord, high and high. There's a letter come away in the sky, Lord, in the I went back home, I almost lonesome. This time mother, she was gone. sang the songs of childhood, hymns of faith that made us strong. One was that old Mabel taught us, hear the angels sing along. Feel the circle, the unbroken, high and high, Lord, high and high. There's a banner waiting, high, Lord, in the sky. Feel the circle, the unbroken, high and high, Lord, high and high. There's a banner in the sky, Lord, in the sky.
Well, wonderful and beautiful, America of today is not just Anglo-American heritage, but it is a mosaic, a melting pot, if you will, of cultural heritages. For our next selection, we'll hear a folk tradition brought to us from the shores of Japan. Featured heavily throughout this work will be our flute and percussion sections playing traditional pentatonic melodies and taiko drums from Japan. You've met all our winds, but now, at long last, it is time for our percussionists. Chris Roth, Jonathan Beck, Kyle Peterson, Mike Lee, Miles Summinger, Rodell Tolliver, Yahir Katika, and not last but not least, our Assistant Director of Bands, Brandon West. Ladies and gentlemen, for your enjoyment, we have this 3-movement suite featuring 4th-year flute soloists Holly Kiker and Leah Morrissey. And our taiko section. Here are movements 5 and 1, respectively, from Julie Guru's Bookmarks from Japan, sandwiched by a traditional taiko drum shunpu of composer Yuta Sumiyoshi. And directors often say, a great concert program is like a wedding. It needs an infinite budget, am I right?
Yes.
No, but up change from back there, drummers? Come on now. No, a great concert program is like a wedding. It needs something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue. With folk music, you'll often get all four in the same tune. Let's welcome two of our talented student soloists to the front. Fourth year alto saxophone Clara Slick and graduate student Kyle Peterson. Playing the xylophone to onshore a popular folk melody from Hungary, here is Chardas.
Every year, Mr. Idzior and I take forever to figure out what we're going to do for the next concert band. And usually it's kind of like that old cartoon with the bulldog and the chihuahua or whatever. And I'm usually like, hey, let's do this, let's do this. Idzior is like, no. But so we go through this about 6-month-long process of having all these ideas and bringing these songs to life, and having the guest soloists that we had and things like that are just part of the process. But one of the things that we kind of came upon when we started to think about folk music is what are our folk music today, right? I grew up, and parents, you might understand this, I still own the complete collection of Columbo, right? So I love Columbo. So did my wife, oddly enough. And my favorite Columbo episode actually was the one with Johnny Cash. And he ends it with saying something like, you know, Johnny Cash obviously was the murderer. If you don't know Columbo, they don't, for sure. Columbo, he's like this bumbling idiot that stumbles upon everything. He's really smart, but acts dumb. And he knew Johnny Cash did whatever murder it was, and he says, no, sir, a voice like that, you're not all bad. And that just stuck with me. I love Johnny Cash after that. And for some reason, nostalgia is not lost on me. I am kind of a sappy, cry at every movie kind of person also. So I think it was Super Bowl 2023. And again, Super Bowls, you think, you know, name it, and the Four Horsemen at Notre Dame, and you know, all these things. I build them up in my mind. It's just kind of what I do. Everything gets built up, you know, to these legendary figure status. And so I really like watching the Super Bowl, and here I am watching the Super Bowl, and on comes Falcon from the Avengers, doing a great epic speech, followed by Johnny Cash doing Ragged Old Flag.
What is America? At its best, it's more than an idea. It's a promise, a pledge, hard-earned and held fast, passed through generations, a pact through struggle and sacrifice, handed down over time. It's a pursuit, the last great experiment through challenge and difficulty, toward progress and light. Forged by a shared desire that all of us may be part of a more perfect union. This country of crescendos and key changes, arranged throughout history, lifted in harmony and bound by melody. A chorus we all share. A chorus, a choir of voices, that is America.
Oh, Shenandoah, I long to see you away, you rolling river. Oh, Shenandoah, I long to hear you away, we're bound away across the wide Missouri.
I walked through a county courthouse square. On a park bench, an old man is sitting there. I said, your old courthouse is kind of run down. He said, no, it'll do for our little town. I said, your old flagpole is leaned a little bit. And that's a ragged old flag you've got hanging on it. He said, have a seat, and I sat down. Is this the first time you've been to our little town? I said, I think it is. He said, I don't like to brag, but we're kind of proud of this grand old flag. You see, we got a little hole in that flag there when Washington took it across the Delaware. And it got powder burned like Francis Scott Key sat watching it, writing, oh, say, can you see? And it got a bad rip in New Orleans with Pakenham and Jackson tugging at its feet. And it almost fell at the Alamo beside the Texas flag as he still waved on through. She got cut with a sword at Chancellorsville, and she got cut again at Shiloh Hill. There was Robert E. Lee, Beauregard, and Bragg, and the south wind blew hard on that old ragged flag. On Flanders Field in World War I, she got a big hole from a Bertha gun. She turned blood red in World War II, and she's hung limp and low a time or two. She was in Korea and Vietnam. She went where she was sent by Uncle Sam. She waved from her ships upon the briny foam, and now they've about quit waving her back here at home. In her own good land here she's been abused. She's been burned, dishonored, denied, and refused. And the government for which she stands is scandalized throughout this land. She's getting threatened and very dead, but she's in good shape for the shape she's in. Because she's been through the fire and floor, I believe she can take a whole lot more. So we raise her up every morning, we take her down every night, we don't let her touch the ground, and we fold her up right. On second thought, I do like to brag, because I'm mighty proud of that ragged old flag.
Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgot and auld lang syne? For auld lang syne, my dear, for auld lang syne, we'll take a cup of wine and yet for auld lang syne. We come from old Virginia, where all is bright and gay. Let's all join hands and give a yell for old UVA.
We've got one more selection for you tonight. Before we do, I'd like to give a few thank yous here. First of all, if you're a fourth year graduating member, stand up. We will miss you. You have left a tremendous legacy for the class that comes behind you. And just like nostalgia happens, soon you will be a folklore hero here on grounds, right? So I remember Chase. So Chase, I told one story. The story I didn't tell is that there was a practice before the tech game.
Uh-oh.
And you remember your costume that year?
Oh gosh, you're not going to do this.
It had very little material. Chase decided to be Michael Phelps in about 20-degree temperature, and he's rotund. Can I say that?
Well, you're hairy.
That's true. That's true. There are also legends of me having my back waxed. So I was younger then. Okay, all right. I was younger then. We did some crazy things, I think. So there you go. But no, Chase is fantastic. We've been really grateful to have him. Mr. Idzior and Mr. West in the back. This concert not possible. We all teach together. We are equals. Wes and I drove to get the taiko drums. We left at 4 a.m. and got back at like 4 p.m. We drove down to his alma mater, got all those taiko drums for the kids a few weeks ago. Again, you know, it just what we do here is so fun. I'm very, very, very lucky to do what I do with these guys too. So And also, I couldn't say, I mean, so Anna is my daughter's violin teacher, and a teacher at St. Anne's, but I heard her play with this little sword dance, and she's probably thinking, my God. And it was just this little ditty, but I'm like, God, she played really well in tune. It was next to nothing, you know, and but then we met at the orchestra concert, and I'm like, do you play fiddle? And she said, yeah, I do. And then she actually came up with the tunes. The tunes that we had, those were custom arrangements. No one's ever played those before with a band, right? That was Christine music. So she came up with the idea. We had somebody down in Florida arrange the music, and it's been great. And Godfrey talked about legendary figures. This guy used to come over to Christmas parties that we're at, and he could play all the parts to dueling banjos alone. And Zardis is another one of his standards too. So he'd come out and he'd play tunes for everybody. It was super fun. So, and Ian now coming back for a second time. Not in uniform this time, but he is still employed by the U.S. government and a member of the Army Chorus. But we like to, let's go to the Decatet. We've been trying to figure out what a 10-member ensemble is. I'm getting ahead of myself, am I?
Dectet.
Yes. Yeah, Dectet. So let's have the Dectet come forward while we finish up a few announcements. Yeah, we like to close things with sort of a all-in moment. So we've got some soloists coming forward to lead us off in our closing number. But it has been a true pleasure to have you here. And you know, if your son or daughter's in the band, give them a 20, do some laundry with them, and yeah, and enjoy your evenings, everybody. So thank you for coming. It's been a true pleasure. I hope you enjoyed it too.